All right, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about the nutrition protocol that I'm implementing during the recovery phase of my meniscus repair. So I had that left meniscus, medial meniscus operated on about a week ago. And for the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to be really focusing on these few details to really try to speed up and amplify the rate in which I recover. So the first big thing that I'm really paying attention to is my hydration. And I'm always focused on making sure that I drink enough water, but I'm not always as deliberate or disciplined. And so it's very important right now that I'm starting my day with a big cup of water and that I'm focusing on getting a lot of water in throughout the day. That's not different than my normal practice, but again, I'm really holding myself accountable to these details. And so every morning I'm waking up, I'm starting with about 16 ounces of water. The number of ounces is really relative to the person. Some people have a hard time drinking water, a lot of water. Some people don't. I can drink a lot of water. I've practiced my whole life drinking a lot of water. But the cup I have is like 16 ounces. So I fill that bad boy up. I drink it down to the bottom. Then I start my day. Am I peeing a lot more? Yeah. Is it slightly annoying that I have to get up and go to the bathroom a little bit more? Yeah. Does that mean it's a little disruptive to my normal routine? I mean, my knee hurts, or actually my knee doesn't hurt too bad. I'm doing pretty good with the pain management, but is it easy for me to just get up and move around like normal? No. So also I'm starting to come back to work. So, I've got to get up from my desk and go do things. So it is a bit of a burden. I get it, but I really want to heal, and I want to heal well. So hydration, I'm really putting a big focus on my hydration. The second thing I'm focusing on, making sure that I have a real saturation of macro micronutrients in my diet. So I'm eating a lot of food. I'm making sure that I'm eating a good amount of carbs, a good amount of fat, a good amount of protein. My body's in a rebuilding phase. It's trying to heal this knee. Am I exercising as much? No. So is my daily caloric expenditure a little bit lower than normal? Yeah. Should I stop eating as much food to make sure I don't gain any weight? I don't believe so. I'm eating the same amount of food or even slightly more food because I want to have a good base, a good foundation. I want to have a big pile of bricks to build a big mansion, and that mansion's my knee. So I want a big old sturdy structure. I need a good foundation. I want it to look good. All right, I want it to function well. All right, I want to throw big parties. I want to have big pool parties, okay? All right, that's my knee. Not a real mansion, okay? But that's the idea. So I'm not restricting the food intake right now because my exercise has been reduced. Am I going to gain a pound or 2 pounds or a couple pounds along this, on this journey as I get back to my normal exercise routine? Yeah, I probably will. But is it planned? Am I okay with it? Is it going to help me with my recovery? It is. It is. And on to the micronutrients. Making sure that I'm eating a lot of servings of fruits and vegetables. Micronutrients, fruit and vegetables come with colors, phytonutrients. These are all things that really help our body operate at an optimum level. We need to keep the ability for homeostasis, all right, and our immune system to be able to balance, regulate, and respond efficiently. And that response is inflammation. So inflammation is not bad. If we have a really high functioning body, our body should respond with getting a temperature. Our body should respond with having some swelling. It should respond with these inflammatory responses. Do we want to let those inflammatory responses sit there? Not necessarily, but we want them to happen. We can help them speed along, okay? There's like a on phase and then an off phase, or like a starting phase and then like a finishing phase, and we can really amplify the start phase of that inflammation and speed it along as well. And our diet and nutrition really has a lot to do with that. Okay. Inside of that fruit recommendation though, I'm targeting a couple specific fruits that are high in a certain type of enzyme called proteolytic enzymes. It's bromelain specifically. And those are high in a couple fruits like papayas, kiwis, and pineapple. Proteolytic enzymes help break down protein. So, if you eat a high protein diet and you eat foods that are high in proteolytic enzymes, they're going to help break down the protein in the food so you can absorb it more. It's not like breakdown bad way. You can't get it, can't absorb it. It's breakdown more quickly and efficiently so you can absorb it. Now, when we're thinking about our inflammatory response, our body creates some proteins during that inflammatory response that same proteolytic enzymes will go and break down. And so rather than that process being a little bit slow, it could be a little bit faster. So our body creates the inflammation, the proteins go there to heal that knee. We take some foods that are high in proteolytic enzymes, high in bromelain, and then it helps break those proteins down so our knee can recover, or whatever part of the body we're recovering. This would work for any type of post-surgery, any type of injury, sprains, you name it. So we can get rid of the waste so we can continue to recover with inflammation and get rid of the waste. It's kind of similar, if we made an example, to how ice would work. Ice therapy, cold therapy for injuries doesn't necessarily heal the tissue faster. Our cells got to go in and do that job and restructure and rebuild. So ice is just an external thing. So it's not rebuilding structure. But what it's doing is it's enhancing things like circulation through the reduction of the inflammation. So we put the ice on, the swelling and inflammation goes down. It's going to help that blood and fluid and water move out of the area. We take the ice off, our body returns to normal temperature, and that blood and fluid start to return back into that area. And so we're enhancing circulation, we're enhancing hydration. So if you have that good foundation of water in your body, you're going to enhance that response. Also, that hydration keeps your blood a little bit thin and less viscous so it can move around. Okay? Eat those micronutrients, your blood's carrying those very important minerals into our body as well. So the fruits and vegetables, again, it's pineapple. These are the ones I'm targeting. They're easy to get at the grocery store. Pineapple, papaya, and kiwi. Okay, now some other things I'm really starting to eat more of. I eat this regularly throughout the year, but high concentration right now. Oxtail. If we do any type of bone-in meats, okay, then we're going to get into our body the things that make up the bony structures and the cartilage of the animal. And so if you take, I'm choosing oxtail because it's so high in things like bone marrow and collagen. All right, you could be using any bone-in sources, and the types of amino acids that come from beef, for instance, instead of chicken, are different. They're all really good, but the diversity and range of amino acids we're exposed to from beef bones and beef protein, beef meat, the flesh of the animal, are a little bit different than chicken. So I'm ramping up my beef, but I'm ramping up my oxtail beef specifically. All right, and I'll include, a couple photos of what oxtail looks like. It's very easy to prepare. It's just like any other slow braised meat or stew. So if you do short ribs or you do any other type of bone-in meat, it's the same. Just throw it in a pot, cover it with water, throw in the veggies you like, put a lid on, throw it in the oven or keep it on your stovetop, and just let it go until everything falls off the bone. Now, you want to eat everything that falls off the bone, okay? So you're going to see couple photos here and a couple videos of how much white tissue is surrounding this red meat tissue. And we want to eat that. We eat that. That's what we're repairing in our body. It's high in collagen. And yeah, I am also using some collagen-based supplements for sure, putting them in my smoothies. And we've seen, in the supplement industry that collagen is really good for rebuilding tissue, hair, skin, and nails. It's in that beauty world. That beauty fitness world, but it's in this structure rebuilding world, okay? And so I'm ramping up my collagen through whole foods. I could do supplements exclusively, and I said I am adding some of that in, but the whole food sources are just so much better for our body. They're more complete, and they're so much more bioavailable for our body. All right, so those are sort of the main touch points that I'm getting on. Also, I do take a fish oil normally in life, so I'm taking fish oil. I'm taking just a little bit more. Again, helps with inflammation, helps with how our body responds, keeps our tissue supple, keeps our tissue hydrated. It's a healthy fat. So big things to take away. Stay very hydrated. Maybe a little extra hydrated, okay? Eat a big, diverse, colorful diet. Macro, micronutrients. The macros, don't cut Don't try to lose weight because you're going to gain weight. Eat your normal diet, eat your fat, eat your carbs, eat your protein. We need to build. We need to have sources to build. We need to have the colors, the phytonutrients, and the micronutrients from the fruit and the veggies. On the fruit side, try to find high bromelain fruits. We named a few: pineapple, kiwi, papaya. If you don't like those, just get on the internet, search for a few others, find ones you like, try to increase those. Bone-in meats, beef-based bone-in meats. High in amino acids, a diverse spectrum to build the things we need to rebuild in our body. High in collagen. You want to eat the gummy parts. You want to eat the chewier parts, the things that aren't the bones, the things that aren't the red meat there. You want to eat all the in-betweens. You're going to heal faster. You're going to feel better. That's the end of it. All right. That's my little nutrition protocol that I'm implementing. If you find that interesting, hey, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Ask some questions. Let me know what you think. If you've got any recommendations on things you're doing, please send them my way. This is my first kind of big surgery. I've had a hernia surgery before. That was like 15 years ago. But this is my first like bony structure, cartilage, repair surgery. So, I've worked with clients along the way with my fitness background, and I've read a lot of research, but it's the first time I'm practicing this on myself. So I'm always open to learn. I'm always open to, hear what you guys are doing and give me some feedback on what I'm doing. All right. We'll see you soon.